like to tell you, oh, don't worry about that. You'll learn about that later. Don't worry about that. Time management is key. Hey, you guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, it's Clarky. If you're new here, welcome to the Clarky gang. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like and notification bell to be notified whenever I post. So let's get right into it. Okay, so today we're going to be doing a survival guide for undergraduates, specifically STEM majors. So in this particular episode, we're going to discuss navigating college as a STEM major, broken down into 4 major sections: classes, resources, time management, and preparation for after graduation. Okay, so getting right into it, classes. So you want to choose your classes wisely. You want to definitely look over your program curriculum and what's required for graduation. That is so important for your classes and when you go and talk to your advisor, because sometimes they'll try to steer you away from your dream or your major, but you want to stick to it and know what you want to take. I definitely recommend taking stuff that's interesting, stuff that is definitely required. Get those requirements out of the way first. Going to specifics, I was a biology major with a minor in chemistry. So for these type of biochem, biology, chemistry type of major, I'm going to be taking like gen chem. For your chem and your biochem majors, biochemistry is required. For your biology majors, biochemistry is more of an elective. Definitely prepare for those types of courses. I also was required to take organic chemistry 1 and 2. That class is very challenging, so if you're going to sign up for that, I would definitely prepare ahead of time. Read your textbook, go on Khan Academy, but I'll get into that with the whole resources section. But as far as classes, you don't want to overwhelm yourself either. So look at your schedule. Don't make your schedule too long. Just do what's best for you. But just make sure you stay on top of your classes, because those 4 years fly by. Like, I am telling you, they flew by for me. I was a freshman one day and I woke up and I was graduated. So going into the next section, resources. So along with taking really rigorous and draining and crazy courses, you'll definitely need outside resources. Unless you get that one crazy professor that's like, oh, this is exactly what you need to know for the exam. You don't need to worry about a textbook. You don't need to do this, and this. Most times than not, you will have that professor that, they have PhD, they, have all these accolades, and they do the bare minimum in lecture, like the bare minimum, and you're required to look up everything else. You probably hear my dog sneezing in the background, but you're required to look up pretty much everything else. So some of the resources that helped me in undergrad was definitely Khan Academy. That got me through gen chem. Lady, be quiet. Shh, be quiet. That got me through gen chem. Every time I say something, she says something. But yeah, Khan Academy has some great videos for anatomy, physiology as well. I believe they do have some stuff for physics, how they have categories that says high school or whatever. Some of that stuff is applicable to undergrad as well. So don't be afraid to click those thinking it's not going to be what you need, because a lot of times it is. There's also a lot of books out there Organic Chemistry for Dummies, Calculus for Dummies. Those books are very concise and they get to the point. One downside to those is they may not align exactly with your class curriculum. So I would just go through the syllabus as you get it and make sure you're getting everything you need to know. And then getting into kind of resources for homework. All y'all know about Quizlet. Chegg is also really good. I like Chegg sometimes because it will tell you how they got to the answer, so then you know how to solve it in the future, and how you kind of learn from it instead of just getting an answer on Quizlet. To each his own. There's a lot of other resources out there. There's YouTube videos. When you start getting into more research-based type of things, I'm looking at a lot of journal articles on PubMed. PubMed is a really good one because it kind of lumps everything together. But your school library, my school library had a whole catalog. Depends on what you're looking for. Time management. So time management is key. Like, it is the major key for getting through undergrad. Like, it doesn't matter what major, it's like your major key. So when you plan your classes and you know you want to be out there, you know you want to be cute on campus, you know you want to have fun, you want to plan your time accordingly. Just because you're taking rigorous classes doesn't mean you can't have fun. That's just like a misconception about, I guess, college, and like, I guess, a kind of stereotype. Some of the things that I did was creating a document and listing all your assignments and all the due dates so you can see everything on one sheet for the semester. And you can also be extra and put like tabs like, okay, the date it's due, and then also like the grade you got on it to kind of track your grade through the class. Planners are really awesome, and if you're a person that likes to journal, make things look cute and color code and all that, planners are it. And then there's also, your school may do some sort of like Google Planner or Google Calendar thing. My first school utilized Google Calendar a lot, but my second school did not. So if you wanted to use Google Calendar, that was pretty much all on you. Like, put in your class schedule and then have it all there in one place and all your assignments and all of that. And then you also have like a calendar on your phone that you can add things to as well, which I definitely recommend, putting reminders and all that. But my favorite thing was the sheet with all the due dates, so you never forget. So going along with assignments and classes, if you're a STEM major, you will most likely have labs, and that takes up a lot of your time. So just make sure that you are setting aside time for your lab, but also doing the pre-lab and your lab reports, which can be quite time consuming depending on the level of class. Like, then as you get up into like higher level courses like biochem and some of the higher level chemistry courses, you may have like a 15, 16 page lab report, but it all just depends on your school and your professor. So that, that changes. So just look at your syllabus and you can kind of plan your schedule and your semester accordingly. Last thing that I want to talk about in this video is preparation for graduate school or any type of thing outside after your bachelor's degree, but I'm going to focus mostly on graduate school because I'm currently a graduate student. So some of the things that I wish I kind of knew, but I wish I would have paid more attention to was definitely learning like little details. I know a lot of professors in undergrad like to tell you, oh, don't worry about that, you'll learn about that later, don't worry about that. And so you get used to like looking over like those small details and things like that. But when you get to grad school, you're expected to know like every little detail, and then also drawing connections to different classes and different topics. Even though like your professor in undergrad may teach stuff in different chunks or maybe out of order, but just trying to find connections between the material makes it easier to retain and then regurgitate later. Yeah, and so that's one of the major points for preparation, is just connect information, pay attention to detail, take really good notes, develop good study habits in undergrad. I know it's so hard. Procrastination is like, it's coming at your neck. Procrastination is like everything in undergrad, but you really have to learn to time manage and get your stuff done ahead of time, because man, grad school is not playing. It's not playing with you. But yeah, so also along with preparation is you have your exams. So if you're going to med school, you have your MCAT. If you're going to grad school, a lot of times you have your GRE and things like that. So just depending on what your next step is will determine the exam that you're preparing for. Just prepare the best as you can, do your best. If you have any questions on any of the sections that I covered in today's video, please leave a comment down below and I will definitely get back to you on that. I hope this video was helpful. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the Clarky gang to see your girl's next video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
See, I don't know if I can handle you as just a friend.